we will. So that's why we're here. My name's Craig Cole, and I'm the Victorian State Representative for Australia One. Because our kids need it, don't they? Because the system fails them horribly. It stinks, especially here in Victoria. And that's one of the things that, believe me, going forward we're going to change, and it's going to be my pet project going forward to rid the education department of every dirty, rotten, stinking communist that's in there. Okay, I know we're all full of emotion. I know we've got, but that's good. Passion's good, because passion is what's going to help us get out of this. Okay, and you're all passionate tonight. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Evan, Lindsay over there, guys. Give Evan a clap. Woo! Evan is your Mildura Co-Ordinator for A1. Okay, and Evan's been on board for the last 3 to 4 weeks now, and he's done a fantastic job. And the ladies that have helped, that are part, yeah, give these ladies a clap as well too, guys. Okay? It's more, what we're facing is more than material possessions. And if you've got to not have the same luxuries and comforts you've had, so be it. It's only going to be for a little bit longer. It's part of the sacrifice that we have to make. I know any of you guys have set any goals or worked hard for anything, you'll understand that it's not just hard work that'll bear the fruit of the goal you're trying to achieve, it's sacrifice as well too. I'll read it to you. Section 100, nor abridge right to use water. The Commonwealth shall not, by any law or regulation of trade or commerce, abridge the rights of a state or of the residents therein to the reasonable use of the waters of rivers for conservation or irrigation. Black and white. They break it every single day with their water trading system. They openly flaunt it in front of our faces. And these are the same arseholes, excuse my language, but I'm actually toning it down tonight. These are the same arseholes that are enforcing you to close up your businesses, to take an experimental jab, to do this, to do that, to sit inside, to quarantine for 10 days, all the rest of it. These are the same people that people are happy to go along with, who openly flaunt Section 100 of the Constitution. That's treason. Treason and sedition. Tell that to your friends. You're happy to comply with these things. And a lot of the people that you know are the same people that have suffered because of the flaunting of the water rights. Ask them that. And that's not a conspiracy theorist, because that's done with that conspiracy. It's the most conspiracy. I'm sorry, and this is where a bit of tough love, because I know, you've lost a lot of friends along the way. I don't care. I forgot to mention as well, 15 years of a pro wrestling career as well too. 15 years of a pro wrestling career, I've got one friend left. One. Because I've told them all, what the hell is wrong with you? I've come from a bit of a fighting background as well too. I've got some tough boys. They don't talk to me anymore. Because I tell them, boys, you've got arms full of ink. You've got 20-inch guns, you go to the gym, you're fighters. 10 years ago some bloke in the pub would have bumped into you, spilt your beer, you want to be into him. Some communist dog tells you to put a mask on and you bend over. How does that work? Jeez, this is one dear to my heart. Let them know that the same people enforcing these rules are the same people that are happy to hide the names of 28 VIP pedophiles. Let them know that. Oh, that's all conspiracy stuff. No, it's not. Because in 2015 in the Woods Royal Commission, part of that Royal Commission was a New South Wales police inquiry into paedophilia that threw up the 28 names of the VIP pedophiles. And not to mention the Mulligan report as well too, in South Australia.
All right, I'm here with Craig Cole, Victorian Co-Ordinator for Australia One. Mate, great presentation tonight. How'd it feel with this turnout?
Thanks very much, and thanks for your lovely introduction. And it was just amazing to be here tonight. We had a room full of passionate regional people, and you guys from the country do it better than anyone. And you're passionate, and you understand what it takes to save a country. And that's why you're all here tonight in beautiful Mildura. We were at Swan Hill last night and Bendigo the night before. And each night we've had rooms full of people, all passionate, all understanding that it's not only just hard work that's going to save a country from this globalist communist agenda that's under the auspice and the cloak of the COVID pandemic scam, that it's sacrifice as well too. And the time they sacrificed tonight to be here, to come down and find out what we're about A1, find out how we're going to save the country and find out how they can be part of saving this country.
Yeah, I'd love you to talk more about that, because it's great, being in Mildura. It is a regional area, but there's a lot of people here.
Yep.
What would you say to people who are even more remote as to how to get involved in local politics and get involved in and being a part of the solution, especially when you're hours away from, our civilization?
Well, and that's part of the challenge we face, isn't it? We do feel so isolated, especially in rural communities. And part of what we've... the challenge and the journey that we've been on over the last 20 months is that a whole bunch of what seemingly they thought were isolated people have come forward and come together and merged as one. Now, the way you get involved we don't want people to look at it as getting involved in politics, because politicians are the people that have ruined this nation.
Well, how do people get involved to save their country
Save the country, thank you very much, okay? So people get involved with saving the country by joining your local supporter group. Okay, so send us an email at vic@australiaoneparty.com. That's vic@australiaoneparty.com. That's if you're in Victoria, obviously. Okay, let us know where you're from. Okay, and we'll put you in contact with your local supporter group. Supply us with a working with children's card and your AEC confirmation, and bang, you can be part of saving the country and taking steps towards getting our country back and giving the power back to you, the people.
Yeah, it really is, mate. You really. We know that the United Australia Party are trying to act like a contender at this next election. What do you have to say to maybe UAP supporters on how to maybe realise that they're not the answer? Because there's a lot of them and they're playing the freedom card, garnering those freedom votes. What do you have to say to those people on to change their viewpoint?
Well, my question will be this. As you know, there's a thing in Canberra at the moment called a pedophile suppression order, where the names of 28 VIP pedophiles are suppressed by your government, your politicians. Now, we've got two gentlemen here, Craig Kelly and Clive Palmer. Good on you, Clive. Good on you, Craig. You've spent all these years in politics and not one bit of noise have you made about the pedophile suppression orders. How many children, Craig, Clive, have been raped, murdered and trafficked while you sat on your fat asses and said absolutely nothing? You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a disgrace.
I'm Ricardo Bosi, a published author, international business consultant, former Australian Army Special Forces Lieutenant Colonel, and a former Senate candidate. And I am but one of many who are creating a new political party, Australia One. The reason for this is simple, because professional politicians in the major parties have ruined our country. And since the federal election in May 2019, little has changed. Useless green dreams, collapsing manufacturing, damaging education, weird gender ideologies, Islamic terror and Sharia law, a neutered military, denial of free speech, out-of-control immigration, full-term abortion, African crime, suspect political donations, family court suicides, the globalist influence, failed water management, vote fraud, Centrelink fraud, and the list goes on and on. Did you vote for any of this? Australia's current future looks bleak, and there are other futures that look worse, and we need to change our trajectory. You see, we are under attack from foreign powers and ideologies, and that's bad enough. But they are being aided and abetted by traitors in our parliaments and our public service, compromised judges in our courts, ineffectual police running our constabularies, cowards leading our military, ideological enemies in our universities, and propagandists in our media. I say our because it is you, the Australian people, who pay for or subsidise these institutions. These organs of state have been corrupted to the point where they no longer serve Australia, but themselves, foreigners and other special interests. The forces arrayed against us are titanic, and we are losing this battle because most Australians just can't see the threat, and those who do see it and speak out are severely outnumbered, maligned, defamed, and even silenced. Every generation has a role to defend what is good and to defeat that which threatens it. And like every generation, we will never face a more important responsibility. We must save Australia. We must ensure Australia remains a sovereign, self-reliant Judeo-Christian Western democracy, which is economically powerful, militarily intimidating, politically free, culturally vibrant, and socially cohesive. To do this, our nation needs decent men and women who are willing to commit everything to a cause greater than themselves. We need to build an army ready to fight for our best future, an army ready to fight from local councils through to state and federal parliaments. Your voice is necessary. You don't have to be a parliamentarian, but you must fight for your family, your local community, and your nation. Now is the time to step up and rise to this challenge. If you know the difference between right and wrong, if you know what you're willing to fight for, and if you truly have the courage of your convictions, Australia One is your party. Join us.